Hello everybody, how are you guys doing today? Oh, Barry on low-key, my mini marvels, welcome in guys. Welcome in. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. Excuse me, I am ready to get started here. Go ahead and the live stream. Nothing too exciting right now. Gosu, what's going on? How are you guys doing today? Wandering Picked, welcome in. Putting down a bit of black contrast paint. Pretty printed bases, nice, nice. I saw the base you printed. Looks really good. just an incredible pain. Hey, Raisha, thank you for subscribing. Absolutely cannot forget to say thank you. That might turn into a big issue, but thank you very much. Thank you, man. 17 months is crazy. Man's getting yelled at by a guy who wants a storage unit door fixed. Keep trying to communicate. He doesn't respond until coming in. Oh no. Maybe he doesn't have the right email or something down, or phone number. I don't know. I can't justify people's actions anymore. Nothing makes sense. Alright, Raja. Enjoy your work day. We're going to be working on these militia today. I'm just going to try to casually finish 40 minis today. See if it works. It's like 80% of what I have to do is just this black contrast, so. Have this right. Boots. Knee pads. Wrist armor. Chest plate. That's it. I think that's... oh, his shoulder. Hey, Forsaken! Hey, thanks, man. Yeah. Been chilling on YouTube for a while. Finally coming over on Twitch. Well, welcome in. Good to see you. Also, Zen, hello. Good morning. Just a cool 40 minis. Yeah. I gotta pump these numbers up for this year, so... they're on my desk and they're taking up valuable miniature holders, so I'm trying my best to completely overload my display shelf here. Yeah, Fulgrim is done. I'm gonna post pictures of Fulgrim here soon. I took pictures of him yesterday. I want to do a little bit with the video. I took a couple videos of them just kind of spinning. But yeah, he is done and shipped out. Fulcrum. It's going to break for 5. Yeah, just the sheer weight of militia. It's the way it should be. By all rights, that's how militia exist. Let's see. And it took me 4 streams at about 3.5 hours per stream, I would say. Plus, I would probably put it at another hour worth of airbrush work. So what is that? 14, 15 hours or so? Plus the 4.5 hours-ish of assembly, half-hour washing and stuff, so less than 20 hours. The shelf broke before the... No, these militia broke a long time ago. They're not sticking around that long. I appreciate your confidence in my cannon fodder, though. I always love how in 40k there's always talk, like the Imperial Guard, it's always like, you know, oh, they go like they're the disciplined ones, and you know, they're the ones who face the untold horrors, you know, with grim resolve and all these things, but Imperial Guard consistently have the worst leadership in the game. Which, you know, could just be reflective of, you know, normal person fighting alien horrors that would kill anybody out of straight fear. But it's just funny. Yeah, the Guard propaganda. Yeah, that's what it is. That's fair. Just always talk about how disciplined they are, and then most undisciplined army. Alien hordes and ineffective weaponry, yeah. To be fair, I think most of what the Guard end up fighting are other humans. And when you fight other humans, a lasgun is a ridiculously powerful weapon. I think the stat from GW is that a lasgun like projectile or laser or whatever can penetrate like a meter of concrete, ferrocrete or whatever. So like that's a crazy powerful weapon, but just not effective against any enemy outside of, you know, the rabble that make up a planetary defense force that's trying to rebel. Some dead Marine Imperial Fist on my own. Nice. Nice. That's cool though. Mark 5. One of these days I'm gonna get some Mark 5 armor for Big Heresy. I'll print some stuff out and I'll use some Mark 5. Just came in, what is Guard propaganda? Like stuff for the Imperial Guard, talking about how they're like the bravest of anyone in the galaxy and everything. But in actual game, like their leadership is among the worst in the game. Xenomorphs in 40K, how quickly they'd be exterminated as a species. Yeah, the Guard would have no problem. Could you imagine there's like a xenomorph infestation on a planet and just like a squad of catechins go down and just kill everything? And they just start eating the xenomorphs. Have some like sick ritual. Even the planet would destroy the xenomorphs. Yeah, the xenomorphs wouldn't even survive on Catechin itself. Yeah. That's a pretty funny thought, actually. I mean, it's just any excuse to bring up wilds, right? Nice. Glad you're having fun with it, Loki. School bus sized caterpillars, yeah, yep. Yeah, not even the fauna on Catechin, it's the flora that would like end up finishing off all the xenomorphs. Basically do away with demon incursion as a planet itself. I think they did. Yeah, I think there's something about that. Once we finish the black contrast on these guys, the rest of it goes very quick.
Look at me!
Oh, where am I looking? I came in, so later people were like, what demon incursion? Yeah, they just cover it up. Progress in whips. Okay, cool. Yeah, I saw you posting pictures. Was that last night you were posting pictures? Absolutely. Let's go take a look. Go check out Wandering Pict. He's painting a mini for a painting competition. We'll go check out his progress. Like some random book. Yeah. Alright, once I'm done with this guy, I'm going to take a look. Just about done. Just being careful with their contrast paint. Okay. You know, it's nice to, like, I just painted Fulgrim. Spent a ton of time on one mini, got to, like, put all the details in it. It was great. And now I just get to paint a bunch of slop, basically, and it feels good. It feels good just painting a bunch of minis. Yeah. He's looking cool. Nice, man. Solid work so far. I like the little, like, Tesla coil looking things on his back. He's got a nice Tau rifle on his base. Nice. Looking good, man. Dwarven Volbook was pretty middle of the road. Were you hoping for something a lot better? Is that what you were saying? Alright guys, I'm going to tell you about this, and you guys can judge me if you want. But I found a YouTube channel / podcast, and it's kind of derivative, but I actually really enjoyed listening to it. I listened to an episode last night. It is, I can't remember the name of the channel, but it's basically someone explaining 40k to their girlfriend. And you're like, well, that's just Adeptus Ridiculous, but, with a girl or whatever. And, like, base level, yeah, it is. However, I think I enjoyed it a lot more than Adeptus Ridiculous. As bad as that is, it's the same thing. An hour and a half episode of going through the story. I think the difference is they're not going as much for, like, the shock factor of like, oh, don't DK, don't look at anything, don't research anything on your own, because we gotta go through the episode and I gotta get your reaction. I think the guy makes notes, and the girl, like, sees the notes, like, she can read through the notes and, like, knows what's coming. But it's also a lot more of, like, I was listening to a Horus episode. Hey, Night Trap, what's going on? And it was interesting because they were talking about, like the literary elements in 40k lore. And I'm sorry, but this couple is way more intelligent than DK and Bricky. And they were breaking down like literary elements and, like, comparing the Primarch relationships with the Emperor as like a narcissistic parent, and how they would treat multiple kids, but how they have the golden child and the other ones become resentful, and, like, that's just a natural part of how those relationships work. And they kept, like, coming back to that, which was really, really, like, crazy to like listen to and get that perspective. And they were comparing it to, like, other like tropes and like different books and stories, and I thought it was much more fascinating. It was really funny too, but yeah, it was really interesting just to hear a little more. I don't know. Is it a highbrow take on the like Adeptus Ridiculous formula? Paradise Lost in Space. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, yeah. And they do an episode about Lehman Russ, and I really want to listen to it because in this episode they briefly mention Lehman Russ because she saw the emblem for the Luna Wolves and asked if this were the Space Wolves, and he's like, "No, it's Luna Wolves. It's different." She's like, oh, "Okay." She's like, "Do they howl at the moon?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "That's what Space Wolves do." And she started dying. He's like, "No, no, no. It's a lot cooler than you think." And I was like, "No, it's not." I just want to hear her reaction to Space Wolves howling at everything like actual wolves. That's my exciting thing about yesterday. That's the best I got. Tyranid Codex with me. I think it's mentioned in some of the history. Okay. Yeah, I think there's a bit of like a connection, possibly with Tyranids and Catechin. Number of reasons, just a mix of yeah, boulder porn, uneven writing. Okay. A negative effect. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, it's too bad. Oh man, what do you guys think of the new Lucius book coming out with that thing I would describe as cover art for the book? Or you finish the weapon teams. Let's go ahead and rinse our brush here. For other planets and species, yeah. Don't expect first heretic. Lucius is a terrible character. I mean, I'm just wanting opinions on the cover art for his new book that's coming out. That's all I'm asking for. Zen saw it for the first time. GW is asking themselves, is it possible to make someone vomit from their eyes? Break Nikona out of Cryo. A Raven Guard book in the Indominus era. Yeah, they don't have any in the Indominus era. It's too bad. What font do you have for your cover? Yes. Yeah. That book is, oof, that is something else. Yeah, check it out in that preview, the Sunday preview. It's toward the bottom. Concept art in the Codex. Yeah. I did see Hellstorm Wargaming had a video where he talked about basically getting an extra 10 minis out of that the new Emperor's Children set. And it's just by using Mark 6 Marines and mixing their parts in with the Emperor's Children. Like they're like basic Marines. And you can get, all the stuff you want out of it basically by just changing a piece or two on everybody. I thought it was pretty neat. I'm definitely not, I don't think that's like I guess it could technically be like a money saving option, since Mark 6 Marines are a lot cheaper than Emperor's Children, but the 90s inner child out with that cover. Yeah. I hope whoever designed that cover art had a lot of fun. Like, they're like, give me the Goosebumps vibe. Like, make it not good. A band with no front man, yeah. You still don't see. You got to scroll down, man. I think Raja's eyes are immune to the terrors that come from that book cover. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it's in like the Black Library section, not in like the Emperor's Children section. Oh, you found it. Zen linked it right up above. He linked the article. There you go. He does get ignored, yeah. Hey, Zombie Bunny, how you doing? We're having a good Tuesday so far. Possibly just waking up. Not horrible, definitely not good. Yeah, I think the cover is definitely supposed to like elicit that emotion, right? Like that is horrible and gaudy, like over the top and just awful looking, but you're like, yeah, Emperor's Children. No, I think Oberion gave up Monster Hunter Wilds already. He said it wasn't very fun, Raja. If I remember correctly. Father, yeah. Lucius just likes to duel people. And when he loses, he doesn't. It's a Fate? Trying to learn about Kairos Fate Weaver. Okay, cool. I haven't read a W book in a bit. Last one I read was Fury of Magnus. And I kind of started on another Heresy book, and it was like an anthology, maybe Tales of Heresy, maybe, might have been the book. I got through a couple of the stories and never finished it. Simping hard for Magnus, yeah. Good character, dude. Good character. Been forever since I've seen you. Yeah, we're doing well. Yeah, man, it has been a while, hasn't it? I see occasionally in blue streams. We're doing well. Gearing up for soccer for the Painting Sun, and yeah, I signed up to help coach, so I'm gonna be an assistant coach. And Painting Sun is also moving up a league. So he's technically playing out of his age bracket. Yeah, it's March already, Zen. All that stuff is went around quick. But his coach moved up, and his coach's son moved up also, who is actually younger than my son. And so we're like, oh, okay, I guess he needs to be in the older league, and we go to sign up and put us in the younger league, and we're like, wait a minute, that's how it's supposed to be. So we talked to people. We just had to fill out a form that he can compete in the older league. Where does time go? I know it's way too quick. Yeah, so he's gonna be doing soccer. We'll see. Hope he has fun. I don't know. I don't know who that is, but yeah, if you beat Lucius, I think it's if you beat Lucius in combat, and if you take any like shred of pride over the fact that you beat him, that's that's what happens. Like, if you kill him and, like, never think about it again, it doesn't mean anything. But if you take even the smallest, like, iota of pride out of beating him in combat, you literally, like, you change into Lucius and your soul gets sucked into his armor. Little one was born. I blinked and I'm trying to drive. Oh yeah, that's scary, dude. Yeah. My wife's nephew just got in a really bad car accident last night. So we're waiting to hear updates for that. He wasn't driving. It was a friend of his that was driving, but he is in the hospital with a bunch of stuff. It makes me really nervous, you know, like, oh, that's gonna be my son driving in, you know, the next 8 years or so. Yeah, he is supposed to be going into surgery this morning. I haven't heard any updates this morning, but he broke his femur. We saw that. Yeah, broke his femur and had lacerations on his kidneys and everything. So, I'm not sure what else he's got going on, but. My nephew was just in a car accident. Yeah, broken femur's rough. Yeah. No, yeah, they said he's stable and like blood work was okay and everything, and yeah, and all that. So I didn't hear anything about any brain damage or anything like that. So. And they waited till this morning to have surgery. They said if he got worse or if something came back bad, they were just going to take him right into surgery. But they were able to wait till this morning. So, yeah, yeah. He was driving with a friend. He was driving a Camaro. He was riding in the passenger seat, and the friend was speeding and thought he wanted to just pass somebody real quick who was going slower than him. Went into the left lane, ended up hitting a truck head on. And of course, the passenger side takes the brunt of everything. Where the driver of the car was able to get out and was, you know, I think he had a broken, he broke something minor, but you know, he was walking around and okay. And my nephew's femur got shoved up into his hip. So, yeah. Yeah, Camaro definitely explains a lot. Yeah. Hey, you're a raptor. What's going on? Yeah, my wife and I were talking about this, and she's like, you know, I'm terrified of painting son to drive and everything, and I'm like, you know, I don't think I'm scared of him driving. I'm scared of him riding with other people. You know, painting son might be, you know, I'm sure he'll change a lot as he grows up, but he's a very responsible and respectful kid. And even what we hear from his school, so it's not, you know, I feel like it's not just me being, you know, rose-tinted glasses with my own son, but yeah. Some color testing for Power Sword with a good glass of wine. Nice. That sounds like a Tuesday evening. Alright. Well, I hope you get to chill, and I hope you have a good time. Good luck with the test color scheme. You want to post some pictures, by all means. He's a great kid, and look how I turned out. Look how I turned out. Yeah, that's true. I was a great kid. Like, I was the most boring kid ever. That's the thing. Like, I had like foot problems, so you know, I played a bunch of sports and everything when I was younger, and then I had these foot problems that started happening. I couldn't play like crazy sports, so I just kind of was done playing sports in middle school. You were, yeah, okay. No, no, you're talking about me. I know what this is. So I didn't do anything fun like that. I always tried to stay out of trouble. 40k stuff for my group to get back in the hobby. A collection of medical stuff. Dang, okay. Well, that's awesome of your group to help you jump back in, man. What kind of 40k stuff did you get? To learn how to drive. I've been avoiding it. Yeah. Hey, if you don't need to, that's nice. Owning a car is expensive, and driving can be sketchy sometimes, but we don't. What's public transportation? I don't know what that is. I live in the U.S. Oh dang! Okay, a bunch of Tyranids. Awesome. That's legit, man. Decent car, had fun with it. I barely go over the speed. No, yeah. I've always kind of been like that. I did have I had a Mustang when I was a teenager, which was weirdly like, it wasn't my first car, it was my second car, but one of my older brothers really liked sports cars, and he saved up a bunch of money, mainly because he played a lot of poker with his friends, and he would always win and just win a bunch of money from them. Uh, but he bought a used 2000 Mustang. Not a GT or anything, just a V6, and he drove that for a while. He put like an exhaust and a cold air intake in it, and like did some stuff to it, put some rims on it and everything. And then like 8 months later, he found that same dealership, this used car dealership, had a '97 Mustang Cobra, which is a V8, like things like a monster. It was black too. It wasn't like an ugly '90s color. Uh, and so he decided to buy that, and basically my dad kind of like soft purchased his older Mustang, the 2000, the V6, and when I was learning how to drive, my parents tried to get me to drive that Mustang, and it was a manual transmission. I was terrified of it. I was like, no, I'll stick with the Ford Escort that I'm driving, this old like beat up Ford Escort. So I drove it for a while, and after like a year or so, I decided to learn how to drive stick, and I did, and I ended up with that Mustang. I had that Mustang for 10 years or so, until I bought my first car, which was my Civic. Yeah, I was always a pretty safe driver in my Mustang. It's hard to be a safe driver in a Mustang though, because they have rear wheel drive and no weight in the back, and so if there's any inclement weather, you just slide all over the road. It's crazy. But never got in an accident with it. Never had any major issues. I did break the e-brake handle, kind of rusted out on it at one point. I had to get a new one of those. The fancy exhaust, the Flowmaster. Okay, we there? We there? I got good bit rate here. Can you guys hear me? Hello. Okay. Okay. All right, and I apologize if you're not a subscriber, because I'm gonna have to do this to you. All right. Yep. Should be video. I'm just sitting here. Um, you're gonna get ads again, and I apologize. I don't intend on this, but I got to put us back in category. We're just gonna let this go for a few minutes. I'm so sorry, everybody. Can you guys hear me? Am I back? I apologize. Hopefully we're good. Bitrate's holding. Okay. Got sound all good. Alright. Do I dare change the category again? Is that gonna tank me? I expect very little out of Twitch. And they can't even meet that expectation. I blame Twitch. I also blame Twitch. I accept no responsibility. All right, I'm gonna put us in category here in a second. Let's try it. We're about halfway done with the infantry, with the normies. Let's see if switching category tanks my frame rate. That'd be crazy. Facing is all over their feet. Don't even care. Like there's finally a miniature category? Yeah, it's nice. It's kind of weird to break up like Warhammer and miniature painting, but yeah, having the actual miniature painting channel is cool. Because all the Warhammer channel was miniature painting 90% of the time, so now the Warhammer channel's dead, except when GW does an announcement stream. I just apologize for everybody getting all the commercials. I would set it to no ads if I could. Why does it say, people can paint other... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's nice. I don't have to be painting a Star Wars mini and people coming in and saying, Herder, this is Warhammer channel. What you're doing is illegal. Warhammer category for play. Yeah, gameplay. Yeah, gameplay or like... Yeah, streaming tournaments. Like, it's literally just like gameplay for Warhammer. And a few people that are still just like painting in there. Got the knee pads. You know what I was talking about. Cars. I had a, had a sports car. It was fun. I miss driving sticks sometimes, but I like my Civic.
Look at me!
Where am I looking? Power sword test and whips. Okay, sweet. Sweet. Let's take a look in just a minute. So this guy, it feels good to almost be done with this black contrast. Okay. 13 left. Take a look. I am so sorry. All the notifications. Ooh, all right. Man, look at that classic Skaven mini too. Nice. That's cool though. No, you got the blue. You got some of the like bit of highlight there on the different edges and stuff. Nice. A Skaven with a power sword. I believe that's called a warp blade. Is a warp. A warpstone blade. A weeping blade is what they call it. Yep. Like cars and miniatures. Gasland. Yeah, Gasland is a cool game. Yeah. I've never played Gasland, but it always seemed really neat. I did watch the newer Mad Max movie like last week or so. Last week or two. Good. Yeah, it should be greenish then. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. Skaven tech is like some like warp-fueled fever dream of a Skaven was imagining 40k in their head. They're trying to like recreate the stuff that happens or the stuff they use in those dreams with their current mindset and technology. And most of the time the solution ends up being just shove warpstone in it. There's your test. Those are good test minis, man. You got lots of different textures and stuff on them. Fury Road is a masterpiece. Yeah. We watched one. What? I don't remember what it was. What it was called. It was like the prequel one. Had Chris Hemsworth. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. These are not commissioned. No, these are my own militia. This is my little palette cleanser. I think maybe tomorrow I'll do a little commission and then we'll maybe finish out on yet another commission project. Yeah, Furiosa Saga. Yeah, yeah. I like the trade ecosystem that they have in that series. There's the three towns. There's Gas Town that makes the gas. There's makes gasoline for everybody. And then there's was it the Citadel or whatever that makes the food, grows the food and water. And then there's Bullet Farm, and the Bullet Farm just makes bullets for everybody. You know, like the perfect ecosystem of trade. Yeah, Road Warrior was the second one, right? The original Mad Max wasn't spectacular. Because there was the second one, which I think was Road Warrior, and then there was like the Thunderdome or whatever, and that one was kind of weird. Should have kept more of the clan rats for testing. Hey man, there's always test miniatures somewhere. Rebrand the Road Warrior in the US or so. Okay, okay. Maybe Mad Max didn't do super well in the US, I don't know. Because the first one, the original Mad Max was like the collapse of society happening, right? That was like the moment. It's just kind of like this weird, almost like what if story about collapse of society and like everybody just turning ultra violent on everybody else. It's just like we think the economy's dipping, and then like boom, like everybody has a dirt bike and they're all just killing each other. And, you know, I'm not quite sure, you know, how Australia is in real life, but I'd like to imagine that that wouldn't happen that fast. But I don't know. Beginning of the gas wars. Okay, yeah. Maybe that is Australians by their nature, you know. Put some Krieg? Yeah, put some Krieg in whip. Oh, you did? Okay. Oh, yeah, I see him.
It's clean. It's cold. Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
Nice. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll hydrate in just a second. I really like the like burnt orange kind of look on the uniform. I think that's fairly unique with Krieg, and I think it looks really good. So, fantastic job so far. Drink of water as soon as I finish this guy. The plate, I don't put these down until their color is finished. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty noticeable print lines. Meeting. Alright, enjoy your meeting. Some Katings and Lava Scheme as well. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. Like a lava thing going. Thank you. Thank you for helping keep me hydrated. Don't drink for the paint water. I will not. Definitely will not. My waters are in two completely different areas, Magmatic, so I try my best to avoid that. I believe every day's a good day when you... Crucial Blue, thank you, man. Welcome in. 18 months. And again, I don't want to not say thank you. You know, I want to make sure that I'm saying thank you and being grateful for what you guys are doing. I would hate for someone to come back at me and say I wasn't saying thank you. That'd be terrible. But thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. 18 months is crazy. You sure you stretch? Yeah, that's fair. Big stretch. I don't have a sound alert on my stretch because I'm a absolute bum. So it's hard to dunk your paintbrush in a beer can. That's fair. Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, it is the man himself. Yeah. Yeah, blue in the house. Well, yeah, so Patreon members know that Wednesday is our hangout, Wednesday night. And hoping to have a good number of people. I want to talk about just some Patreon things and some 12-hour stream things, and I would like your guys' feedback. So I want to get Patreon's feedback before. Here, we'll paint this guy, and then we'll do a stretch here. I think what I need to do, I just need to change the sound alert to when I hear the water boy, it means I stretch and can drink water. I drank it with debauchery? Probably, yeah. Might be warm enough to rattle can. Nice. Yeah, I might have to do some rattle can priming today. Marcus Wild, did I be listening in? Oh, cool. Go put something in whip. Oh, you working on your Azrael still? You having fun with the mini? Was in and out your stream last night, so didn't see the progress. All right, a good stretch. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good stretch. Use your basement to prime stuff. Yeah. My older brother does that. It makes me nervous. All right, yeah, that's a good stretch. It's a huge unfinished basement. Yeah. You got like a little window in your basement and stuff you can crack open too, or there you go. All right, yeah. Just don't prime like 100 minis all at once in your basement, or your whole house is gonna reek. Our dog stretches. We yell big stretches and her butt wiggles. That's funny. Yeah. Your dog's laughing with you. I can't since I moved into a flat. Neighbors will hate me if I use the car park. Yeah, that's definitely a dilemma. I don't know. I don't know what you would do. Anybody has any suggestions? I lived in a townhome for a bit of time. I had a little back patio. I would go out there and spray paint minis. But I also did not care one bit what my neighbors would think, so... I think the one lady was a heavy smoker who lived on one side of me, and that's all she did. Was like smoke and watch people out her front door, and the other couple that lived on the other side of us, they were like crazy chain smokers, and they'd smoke in their bathroom, and we could smell it through the wall. It was horrible. Brush priming? Yeah, Procural's making brush on primer. It's just prime stuff in the parking lot. Yeah, there you go. Felt like I would get shot or robbed if I primed something on the parking lot in my neighborhood, though. It was not a very good neighborhood. Four more on this color. Move on to the next one. Always some cool things to paint. Finding stuff. I have I have some terrain to paint at Star Wars Legion terrain. So that'll be cool. I have like a bunker and a direct ATST to paint. Then I have a Heresy Mini, just a little project I'm doing for a guy in our local group. Asked me to paint an HQ of his, so paint that. It is a Dark Angel, so you know, if you're a fan of Dark Angels, this will be a Heresy or a Dark Angel, but should be cool. Ooh, all right. What am I? Where am I looking? Then whips. Okay. 2 more of those guys. All right. Oh, nice. Oh man, the wings on his helmet look really good. Dang, green's looking really good, dude. Azrael has the goofiest looking bolter. I'm sorry, but it used to be worse. At least it's not like his old one that makes no sense whatsoever. Physically cannot exist in reality. But well done so far. No, it's looking really good. Yeah, I bet the side clip is obnoxious to paint. Yeah, my nephew is working through his oh, I call it a clip. How dare you? How dare you? He's working on his Dark Angels. He has an Azrael to paint, so that's really cool. I will point him toward your photos and see if he gets some inspiration. All right. I'll let him know. Looking good so far. Your minis always look great though, so. What HQ am I painting? I'm not painting an HQ. Sorry, for the commission. I gotcha. What's the cost to ship it to me? So it's a Dark Angels in the Heresy are pretty unique with their rules. So normally in a normal game you can have up to 3 HQ choices, but Dark Angels do something different. And what they do, they get these squads, and they're called Iron Wing. It's one of the like hexagrammaton or whatever sections, and it's basically like all their basic troops, like bolter people, are part of the Iron Wing. And so they have a rule: if you take a max size, also what's up, Lord of Trek? If you take a max sized bolter squad, like tactical squad, which is 20 guys, you can purchase a centurion, which is like a lieutenant level character, lieutenant or captain level character, and he basically becomes a permanent like leader of the squad. And so you just get like an extra HQ, and you can't give them like any extra special. You can give all the weapons you want and stuff. So you give him a big Caliban great blade, and he's just like an insane duelist that just cuts the heads off of everybody. But you just can't make him to like a chaplain or a librarian or anything like different with how you do with normal centurions. So yeah, he has a bunch of centurions that he made to go with Iron Wing squads, and he just asked me to paint one for him. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, Dark Angels, their rules, they're so powerful, but basically their rules are they kind of get to dip their toes into everybody else's rules. I think the lore was the Dark Angels were like the first Legion. They were the first ones made. So they were kind of the basic template that the Emperor made all the other legions out of. So the Dark Angels are like the test bed for all the different like strategies and ideas and everything. So yeah, they have all the kind of wacky rules and stuff that you'd find with everything. I want that. I'm good, T-Slayer. How are you doing? Lord of Trek, how are you doing today? Yep. Hasn't stopped me from beating him a bunch in game, but... So, a break on work? Okay, alright. Stink for the stink god. Okay, we finished Black Templar on all these minis. Job searching? Nice. Yep. We should all always be job searching. But we do. right. Necrons must construct additional pylons. Okay, so next step I'm doing is a quick one. It's just this speed paint hardened leather. It's just going to go over their face mask. It's going to kind of make their face mask look a little more brown. That's all it do. The Tellarn adjacent capes. So these models are, they're all 3D prints from a creator called Quartermaster 3D. And these are the Trench Devil line. So normally they come with helmets that look like this one. But they do have an alternate desert head. And so they have some like different like harsh weather like environment stuff, harsh environment pieces. And so I put the desert heads on mine. And these are my Prospering Militia. So they are meant to fight alongside my Thousand Sons. But I could use them as Tellarn Desert Raiders, which is also super cool. I think Tellarn has really cool lore and play style and everything. So happy to do that. Supposed to pick 8mm Space Marine. I printed in Discord. Okay, yeah, I'll check that out. On your Necrons. I do have a mini showing up today. So I sold something on eBay. And eBay has a deal right now that if you you sell something, you get a $15 coupon. And so I got the $15 coupon, and I used that coupon to buy a mini for myself that was already discounted on eBay by, you know, like 20%, and then the extra $15 off was like added bonus. So it was pretty cool way of getting discounts. Asking for a printer for my birthday. What's a good 3D printer for minis? You want a resin printer. I like my Elegoo. And but yeah, there's I recommend before you get a printer, do a ton of research on safe practices with a printer. Because it is very serious, and you need to make sure that you're you know, using proper protective equipment, and you're following the you know, like right procedures to keep things like clean and sanitary, not contaminate everything in your house. But I like my Elegoo, so like Elegoo's a brand. Yeah, Rust definitely was a trader. Yeah, Rust did more for the traders than most other Primarchs. Like, he did more than Angron did to help the trader cause. It's crazy deals there. 101 different videos. Yeah, there's so many different videos. I really like Once in a Six Side as like a content creator. He's got really well like created videos, and he talks about a lot of different things, but I think he does do like some beginning like printer videos, like just getting into the hobby kind of thing. It's not a means to an end, it's an additional hobby. That's true. Crucial Blue is right. It is an additional hobby. Yeah, we don't take too kindly to lemon here. GW also hates Magnus. They hate the possibility of him winning anything, because if he wins something, it makes him look like he's like too overpowered. So yeah, Lemon Rust. Yep. I couldn't think of a good R word that was close to Rust. So yeah, thank you Blue, for covering me there. Pointing fingers, but one of them has a big centerpiece kit. Yeah. You know, I don't even like Magnus's his 40k mini. I don't even like it that much. I like his 30k mini. I have that, but the 40k mini is if and well, I guess when they do a, you know, Magnus transfigured, Magnus transformed, whatever, 30k Demon Magnus, I'll be all over it. See. Yeah, his 40k mini has the nipple horns, right? His 30k doesn't, but the 40k one does. Pulling the woofin. Made it, yeah. Yeah, Russ is by far the biggest hypocrite of all the Primarchs. And yeah, it's just... And he's also the biggest idiot of all the Primarchs. Yeah, you can build him bare-chested, that's true. Important James Workshop Zeitgeist thing, yeah. Oh, that's sad, Blue. Why? Why would you do that? Poor nipple horns. We're gonna get some Garagak sewer after this, and it's gonna be gloves, puttees, and belt for that color. The horns did nothing wrong, yeah. Magnus Apologist Central. I mean, you could say that. I own 11,000 points of Heresy Thousand Sons, so... I mean, if you're gonna call me a Magnus apologist, I'm not one to argue with that. Not allowed to say that. Oh, you can build them bare chested. Oh yeah. Apparently people don't take too kindly to that. It's like what? Demon Slayer? Sorry, I didn't. You're typing like I do right now. Oh, you had a message auto-modded? Really? Oh. What are you doing, man? Jeez. Any mods that got that? When I use Restream, I don't see the auto-modded stuff. It's below me. It's so rare people get auto-modded though, so in my stream at least. I'm gonna leave. Alright, okay, yeah. How dare you? How dare you? That's funny. That's funny. Both the mods were like, yeah. Russ, Horace is a traitor. Shut up, traitor. Horace said you were a traitor. Me believe Horace. You dumb book nerds. Russ smash. Yeah, that about sums it up. Yeah. Three Mastodon Super Heavies and like a bunch of 3 Dreadclaw Walker, most of that 12k. I don't have any Super Heavies or any Dreadclaws. The biggest vehicle I own is a Spartan. The most expensive mini I own is Magnus, which, you know, Magnus is over 500 points. But yeah, it's mostly infantry. I have 4 dreadnoughts, 1 Leviathan, and 3 Contemptors. The only jet I have is a Xiphon, which is 125 points. I would love to get some super heavies, but not yet. Yeah, mostly infantry. My army is almost exclusively infantry. I have like 5 tanks in my total army. Okay. We got those colors. Let's get our next one. Yeah, let's look at Gosu's printed a little adorable Mark V Marine. Look at him. His little adorable jump pack, his little chain sword and his little pistol. Little bonding studs on his armor. That's great. Only dreadnoughts, yeah. Dreadnoughts are cooler than tanks, I'll agree with that, but I find Magnus to be an attractive man, that is all. I miss events. Why didn't you guys let that through? What are you... That's funny. No problem at all, Wandering Pig. Physic Evo, welcome. We're shaking up some paint. Can't have haul down, yeah. Dreads have wounds, man. Like an infantry, okay, yeah. I feel like you don't play enough Warhammer if that's what you're thinking. I doubt your Warhammer credentials, Tuvon. Yeah, Dreads have wounds in Heresy. Yeah, they're not an armored vehicle like that. They have some vehicle rules, but Dreads have been historically super bad in like old 40k rule sets. So they basically made them monsters. And they are absolutely overpowered. In Heresy 2, yeah, Dreads are people. That's true. Yeah, so Dreadnoughts, yeah, they have high toughness, wounds. They did, yeah, they took all the cool Dreads, went to Heresy. Yeah. Okay, so let's see our example mini here. It's the puttees, the belt, and the gloves. That's it with our Garagax sewer. It's going great, Physic. How are you doing? Still gonna play my Contemptor, yeah. Yeah, most the 12-12-10 was pretty bad, honestly. The Dreads were pretty worthless in 5th edition. I printed these minis. So these are 3D prints from a Quartermaster 3D as the creator, and these are the Trench Devils. The Trench Devil, I don't know, support weapons, maybe heavy weapons teams. I have a lot of these, so I'm doing kind of like a quick paint job on these minis. I'm trying to finish all of that. I have 40 minis today. If you count each of these weapon teams as 2, I have 40 minis. I want to try to finish before the end of stream today. We're doing pretty good. Flew behind him in Dark Lands. Yeah, I mean... Oh, Dark Eldar are so cool in 5th. Anyone who reads 40k, Assassinorum Kingmaker is awesome. Okay, for a non-Space Marine book. Nice. Yeah, mostly in the Horus Heresy game that you see now, most communities kind of house rule dreadnoughts. And the house rule is you can have 1 dreadnought of any particular type. You can only have 1 per 1,000 points of game. So normal size game is 3,000 points. That means 3 dreadnoughts. Whether that's 3 Leviathan dreadnoughts and you're spending 400 points or whatever. per Dreadnought for those 1,000 points, but yeah, Dreadnoughts are a bit too, a bit too broken. House rule of no claws, like no claws on the Leviathans, or no. What do you mean no claws? No, what are they? The drop pods. That's what you're talking about? Yeah, there are a couple things, and oh, the Talons. Yeah, the Talons, the Dreadnought Talons. Right. I mean, you can take a single Talon with 3 Dreadnoughts. I think that's acceptable. Yeah, it's all good. All good. Just took me a minute. But yeah, a lot of people that play Heresy are like totally cool with house rules, because if you didn't house rule, like there's a Rite of War that's just Dreadnoughts, and you can literally play a game with Dreadnoughts as your HQ, as your troops, as your elites, as your heavy support. There's other ones like Drop Pod Assault, and Drop Pod Assault is super cool and like thematic, but Drop Pod Assault is also like a kind of like a feels bad in the game, unless you're playing specifically against someone who has tailored their list to fight your Drop Pod Assault. Then it's basically not going to be fun for one of the players. So all of these miniature games should be us working with our opponent, to have a good time. Yeah, I played a lot of 5th edition. So 5th edition was my most played edition of 40k, and my favorite. Yeah, and Heresy shares a lot of similarities with 5th. It definitely is like a 7.5 edition, but yeah, if you played a lot of 5th, you should understand quite a bit of what happens, or like how a game of 7th works. Okay, belt's done on them. There are 5 weapon teams, each with 2 models, and then 30 other infantry. After this brown, we're gonna get their eyes real quick, and while that's drying, we get their we'll get some red insignias on their shoulders. We'll come back to their eyes and we'll give them a little glow. Hey, Dash 2, welcome. How are you doing? How saturated is the Heresy Imps versus Chaos line? So, the thing about Heresy is, and I think one of the reasons the Heresy is like as successful as it is that the Traitors and the Loyalists share the same minis, right? Your Legion might be different, and there's a lot of variations between Legions, and in my opinion, there's more customization and differences between even just the Astartes armies in Heresy than there are in like most 40k armies. But there aren't any Xenos in 30k, and I don't think they intend on ever putting Xenos in 40k. What they do have, they have other factions. So you have like the Mechanicum as an army. They have Custodes, they have Sisters of Silence, they have the Solar Auxilia, which is like elite human infantry, and they have the militia, which are the non-elite human infantry, like the PDF and the like the cults and stuff, the rabble. When you play as the militia, it's going to take them 10 years before they, at their current release, 10 years before they need to start like branching out into specific things. There's tons of stuff they have to do. If you play as the militia, there is customization where you can actually change your dudes into mutants or even Xenos. There is a squat type provenance is what they're called, like basically army rules. There's an army rule that turns your dudes into squats, is basically what it is. Yeah, I mean, you can argue it. They're putting things out in plastic. They're still coming out with new models. There's no set lore on, like everything that was out at the time. There's factions that are still mostly resin, that have things to come out. They have Legion specific units to release. So, I mean, yeah, obviously there's limited design space, but there are nearly as many different miniatures in 30K as there are in 40K. So, I mean, if it's not your cup of tea, that's fine. Not everybody has to enjoy it. There is definitely plenty more. Basically, what they're doing right now is they're moving things from resin to plastic. So it's making it more accessible to people who want to get in the game who didn't want to, deal with Forge World. And they've been doing that pretty well over the past 2.5 years. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry you don't see it. Can't change your mind if you don't you don't want to see it. There are like a dozen unique units per legion that's talked about, even if it doesn't have current rules. And you put that over 18 legions, a lot of units. There are whole factions in 40K with less box sets than each legion could get out of Heresy stuff. $30K Mechanicum? It's everything I want AdMech to be. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. $30K Mechanicum is awesome. Just such great looking minis. And so many opportunities for just like kit bashing and conversions and stuff too. Like you can take the best of the Mechanicus and just like do what you want with it, right? Adeptus Lamicus could use some yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, get some Mechanicus stuff. My better painted minis. That's funny. Yeah. It's a pink mini too, which is just with not being able to even see pink. It's crazy.
One art, please.
Oh, what am I drawing? Who's sabotaging me? A Honda box knot with a big spoiler and wheels for hands. Okay, that's something. All right. Okay, Demon's Lair, you won, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't understand what the point of this conversation is. I'm gonna finish this mini and then I'll draw your Honda box knot. Thinking of art for you. Oh man, that's how much you think of me. I appreciate that. It means a lot, Zen. Yeah, no, there's no orcs coming to Heresy. That's not gonna happen. Orcs were practically dead during the Heresy anyway. However, GW doesn't care about their own lore. If GW wants to make orcs for Heresy, they can do it. Like, there's literally nothing stopping them except them not wanting to do it. Same with saying there's a dozen units for each legion. If GW wanted to make a dozen units for each legion, there is absolutely nothing stopping them from making a dozen units for each legion. There is, like, it doesn't matter. They come up with the lore they want. An Olenor recreation? Yeah, like a battle. That's yeah, they do pass Jim, but so there's a big battle on it's Olenor against this huge orc Wa. Horus the Emperor like crush it there on that planet. And like that's basically like that was like the orcs like biggest wall, I don't know, ever or something. It was like a whole thing. But at that point, the orcs were so scattered and divided that they weren't a threat at all. Like, that's the whole point of the Crusade being where it was. Like, there were no Xenos that were a threat to the Imperium at that point. They were all, like, yeah, that was basically it. Yeah, and that's, they basically bulldozed the whole planet. They made it a big showroom, and the Emperor made Horus War Master. And they did a bunch of stuff there, but, like... yeah, the whole point of the Heresy was there were no other threats, and then everything went off the walls to the Imperium. Yeah. Yeah. You could, so people play Militia as orcs, and so you just play orcs, and there are some providences you can take to basically make Militia armies into orcs with the rules, so. Okay. Here we go. We'll focus in. We will got my Age of Darkness books and did a skim read this morning. Oh, nice. What Legion you get to paint? That's awesome, Pass Jim. Yeah, Heresy is an amazing game. It's such a blast. Big spoilers? Are you posting spoilers, or are you saying that the Emperor beating the orcs is spoilers? Or the Heresy happening? Don't tell me Horus betrayed the Emperor. I can't handle those spoilers. And Primaris and Sons of Horus Heraldry, and I'm reconsidering. Nice. Okay, both are really cool. Okay, so a box knot. Oh my gosh. If you guys have not been here for my drawings, I'm just gonna warn you, they're not great. Foot's kind of behind that one, I guess. Horse did what? What is a Honda box? I think a Scion XP would be a better box knot. Honda's the best. This I was told box knot, so we're doing box knot, and I'm doing classic. It's really poorly done, so get the crotch plate here, okay, and he's got that, and then he's wider than his legs, right? Do that. Just gonna be straight up box, but he's Honda, so we gotta do a spoiler. And what else? What else did we have to do, Zen? Where is this? You want me to tell about lunch on Friday? I'll tell everybody about our lunch. All right, Honda, big spoiler, and wheels for hands. Okay, we'll do wheels for hands. All right, so wheels for hands. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I went to lunch with Zen on Friday, and we went to a French bistro, guys, in a really nice part of town. And yeah, we did soup, salad, and sandwiches. They had a nice like 3-course lunch. And Zen bought me lunch, and I want to say that restaurant, the lighting was incredibly romantic. Two with snaking pipes, for the middle two. I don't know how to draw snaking pipes. Hold on. Let me get the basics down here. Yep. Yeah, it was incredible. It was an incredible lunch. Gotta be honest. It was so
First
good.
of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing
Hey,
me
Bass
to
Jim.
your
Thanks for
home.
the follow, man. Thank you. Yeah, you guys just gotta ask politely. Yep. Yeah, so we went there. The place is only open for like lunch. We're eating in there, and we sit down and we look around, and it's literally like very, very old couples and women, the only people in there. And we were looking around for a while. We're like, huh, like, isn't interesting. And then there was like a guy that came in with his wife or girlfriend. We're like, all right, sweet. Like that guy had a, yep. Owner giving us the side eye. Yeah. Okay, so the one guy that was in there had a Cincinnati Reds hoodie on, so I didn't feel so bad. But always eat where the older people eat. Yeah. No. There was like a couple old couples, and then yeah, we're like, sweet. All right. Not that I care. I don't care. Yeah, they thought we were. I don't. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Hey, they gave us free croissants, so yeah, I wore the turtleneck. You know, it was. I looked a bit like Steve Jobs, but it's fine. And there's like it's like all kinds of wires and stuff up here, right? I'm doing this from memory. It looks like he's got bangs. Yeah, it was a really good croissant. It was a croissant for the lovely couple, they said. No, it was more like we ordered. That's so much worse. we ordered lattes to go with our lunch, and they were taking forever. We're eating our lunch. We're like, yeah, we'll bring them out to you. And we're like, okay. It was like 15 minutes, and they didn't bring our lattes out. I wanted my latte, so I went up to the front, and I found a guy, and I was like, I was like, hey, like you guys bringing we ordered lattes a little bit ago, and the guy's like, oh yeah, he's like, it'll be out in a minute, and he just starts pulling the cups out and making it and everything, and so they felt bad, and so they brought us croissants, but I bought a strawberry fruit tart, and I wanted to drink my latte with my dessert. I was very polite, Crucial Blue. I was very polite. Okay, don't make me out to be a Karen here. I just wanted my latte that we paid for, that Zen paid for. Okay, yeah, yep. I never asked for anything extra. I just wanted my fancy French latte with the milk foam on top, and they brought us a croissant. That was pretty amazing, actually. So, yeah, Zen, I think we're a couple now. I just think that's I think it's a thing. No, I'd totally go there again though. It was good. Good restaurant. Yeah, because that's true. Rage is right. Yeah. How do I do wheels for hands? Do this like a Transformer thing where for couples with a male friend in Central Park? Yeah, there you go. Nice, Sin. Was it fun though? That's the thing. What do we do? Hold on. Gotta look something up. We gotta look it up. That's the only way. Okay, all right. We smoked cigarettes while we did it to look more masculine. Early 2000s, man. Wild time. So I'm thinking, how do I do the wheels for arms? I don't want to just do like straight on view of wheel. I guess I could. Like that kind of works, right? Like he's just gonna lay down and drive away. There's a wheel. That's fine. Okay. All right. Try our best to make it look like a wheel. So you just like vroom in here. Okay. Give him the, okay. All right. I gotta do two things here. So on this side, we gotta do the it's the weird like circle square thing. Okay, so we got Honda logo. Okay. And then we gotta do a different logo here. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. It's not big enough. No. That's gonna be a squished dog face. Here, let's do this. There, it's a space wolf, guys. Because you know the space wolves in real life would be the dudes that are like ricing. So in my hometown, that old ratty Honda put a spoiler on backwards. Ooh, okay. Update about my nephew, if you guys are curious. He had his surgery, it went well. They put a titanium rod in his leg. His kidneys are stable, and he has a small lung collapse and a contusion. So, there you go. Need some initial D decals? What is that? No Osa moment? No. My nephew got in a car accident last night. Yeah. Or a bad car accident. So. Yeah, sounds like he'll be alright. He's pretty banged up. Yeah, here. Okay. We'll call that the dread here. Here, we gotta put the exhaust on. Yeah, he wasn't the driver. Oh yeah, the spoiler. Okay. How do you even draw a spoiler? The spoiler's gotta like, it's gotta like come up here, right? And if I can draw a spoiler. There we go. We kind of got a spoiler. Yep. Kind of over the top. Good enough. Zin's giving me these ridiculous drawing ideas, and he's like, I guess it's okay. You did an okay job. But yeah, my nephew was in a car accident last night. He was a passenger, and the driver tried to pass somebody and went left of center and hit a truck head on. And yeah, let's get the same prompt to the painting wife. Yeah, and yeah, so he aside from what I told you, he broke his femur, which is wild. I saw the X-ray. His, the bottom half of his femur is jammed up into the into his leg. Well, hopefully not anymore if they put the titanium rod in there. But yeah, he's what, 19, I think. 20? He may have just turned 20. Never pass another person in the car. That's a fair rule. Yeah. I don't pass when it's double yellows, or if I have any doubt, or like double solid line. If there's any doubt whatsoever that there could be another car, right? I mean, that's what happened. I got in a car accident with the painting son a few years ago. It totaled my Civic. But someone was trying to pass. I was going under a viaduct, and someone tried to pass someone else going into the viaduct, which is ridiculous. Yes, it is illegal to pass in a double yellow. And yeah, they hit me head on. So like I had no option of like, driving off the road or into, another lane or anything. Like I was literally stuck underneath like an overpass is basically what it is. Like a train, under like a train bridge. And yeah, lady hit me head on. Yeah, people are crazy with cars. Like I said earlier, I was talking to the painting wife about this and about the painting son. She's like, I don't want him to drive, and I'm like, well, it's not him I'm concerned about. It's anybody he rides with. Painting son could end up being a crazy kid, or he could make bad decisions, but been fairly level-headed his whole life, and like I trust him driving more than any of his peers. Yeah, you can't convince anyone else to follow the rules. Yeah. Well, and, you know, I had that car accident. That was back in 2021. When that car accident happened, my car accident, someone hit me, and the painting still was in the car. I was just bringing him home from his child care, and so he was 4 at the time, and he still talks about how he thinks about that a lot. He thinks about that accident a lot. I don't think most kids have memories of 4 years old or earlier. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I hope that's the scariest thing that ever happens to him, right? Like, we were both okay, and it's a little banged up, but I was 2 but no earlier. I think it happens when you become self-aware. Yeah. I think it's very rare to have memories from like that early in your life. Being electrocuted, being a toddler and messing around behind the TV, yeah. That sounds like a 90s thing, dude. Blue. Do you think the marijuana had anything to do with that? Marijuana. People didn't remember anything until they started high school. That's pretty crazy, yeah. It's on you. Yeah. Blue. Alright, what? How dark are you trying to make this stream, dude? What models are these? So, technically, these are STLs. They're printed minis created by Quartermaster 3D. And the line is called the Trench Devils. And you can find them on like My Mini Factory is where he has the complete line. I used, it was like harsh weather environment heads to make them more like desert heads. But I am using these minis. Eventually, maybe I'll use them in 40K and kind of have a Talarn desert theme. But these are Prospering Militia, or my militia force that goes along with my Thousand Sons for Horus Heresy. And, you know, Prospero's a fairly desert planet, so I figured more desert-themed troops would be appropriate. They look great. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. These are definitely like a speed paint. Back in December, I painted these minis, and I had 112 of them printed, and I painted all of them in under 12 hours. So not at once, I broke it up, but I was trying to see how fast I could paint these. So I have 30 of them plus these 5 weapon teams. So it literally is just like a paint them really fast and get them on the table kind of army. Trying to finish these today. That's my goal, at least. Alright, so we got the weapon teams done. Now just all the individuals. Selling copied VHSs at a flea market. Oh, man. That's crazy. Do my solar side like Spire Guard. That's a good choice. Good choice. I have some Spire Guard. I want more Solar Ox minis eventually, but I have enough to paint, enough to do. Yeah, enough to bide my time to see if economy's gonna collapse. But yeah, yeah, plenty of stuff. Bunch of tanks I'm gonna paint. I have to print and paint for the 12-hour stream. When's 12-hour stream? End of April sometime. Don't have an exact date yet, but it'll be end of April. The Space Wolf Solar scheme. I'm not sure what their Solar Auxilia looks like. The Spire Guard scheme is okay. There are definitely better color schemes out there. The Spire Guard scheme though, it's like very over the top, like regal color scheme. So there's lots of reds and ivories and golds and stuff on them, and I totally understand if that's not your thing with how you want your Solar Ox, because there are 500 different awesome ways to paint Solar Auxilia. So yeah, I don't fault anybody for finding another cool Solar Ox theme, because I have seen pretty much you can make just about any color combination work on those minis. They're great. Yeah, we saw eggs are $7 a dozen here. Like practically down the street from you. Yeah. Yeah, so my family doesn't eat eggs. Painting Son doesn't really like them, and Painting Wife is allergic. So, at least we're immune to that part. Hey, Ogre Forge, what's going on, man? How you doing? Doesn't the cage-free eggs for less than the standard ones? Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. My parents raise chickens. They just live a solid 8-hour drive from me, so maybe next time I see them, they'll bring up some eggs. It's funny too, because my parents they had a whole bunch of chickens, and they were trying to like sell their eggs to people around them, and this was like 2-3 years ago, and people were like, I'm not paying $3 a dozen for eggs. That's ridiculous. My parents are like, they're free range, and like they're good quality eggs. They last forever, and all this stuff. And people are like, that's too expensive. And now where we are. They ended up giving tons of eggs to like food pantries and stuff is what they were doing. Yeah, wandering picked. Yeah. Eggs are the problem, Get eggs from your sister. Yeah, that's the way to go, man. I'm still looking for work. That sucks, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you've been able to enjoy a little bit of time off, though. I hope it's not been too stressful, but absolutely sucks, though. Excuse me. Keeping chickens and eggs, the eggs are so good. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know if I've actually eaten an egg that my parents have, one of my parents' chickens. You're an Adepticon this month? $500 less for the oh no, yeah. You need to find a roommate. I remember going to a convention. It was a big tournament. And I had some friends, and we all split a hotel room. And ahead of time, we were all messaging each other, and the guy's like, "Do any of you guys snore? You know, like, is that a problem? Like, I think I need to know ahead of time and all this stuff." And these are like middle-aged dudes. And I piped in. I was like, and they're both like, I don't snore. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I snore a little bit, so I'm sorry. Like, I apologize ahead of time, but I do, whatever. And I felt kind of bad. I was like, man, I'm gonna keep these guys up because I'm gonna be snoring all night or whatever. So first night, we're sleeping in this room. I'm the last one to fall asleep, and you know what happens? Both of them are snoring incredibly loud. And I was like, you liars, both of you. CPAP gang. So the next night, so there were two beds, like full size beds, and then one dude brought an air mattress, so he was able to drive there, and the other two flew in. And so the next night, I slept on the air mattress, like in between the two beds. All right, and we're going to sleep, and again, I'm the last one to get to sleep. But one of the dudes, randomly, right in the middle of the night, he leans over the bed and looks at me, eyes fully open, and he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I was like, excuse me, what? And he's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And like freaking out. It's like, what's going on? And he just leaned back over, didn't say a thing. That was it. He it was like a sleep talking thing, but he just straight up was freaking me out, like right out of a horror movie. Yeah, he's like having PTSD or something. And here I am going to this thing, feeling bad that, and I told people that I snored, I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be, I feel bad, I'm gonna keep these guys awake. And this dude's freaking out on me. Yeah, like sleep talking. It was hilarious looking back. It was terrifying that night, but snore because Marissa is a light sleeper. Yeah, she's gonna smother you one of these days. Yeah. I did a sleep study, and so I went to I was in an ENT or whatever. They had me do a sleep study, and the ENT was this old guy that retired, and the office is like, "We need you back here," so he went back. And I don't think the guy cared to actually diagnose anything or do anything, because I thought I had sleep apnea, and I told him yeah, I snore and I stop breathing in my sleep and everything, and my dad does the same thing and all this stuff. And and yeah, it is. Yeah, the guy is literally the plot from a Steven Seagal movie. Yeah. So I do the sleep study, and I go to see the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, you're fine." He's like, "Yeah, nothing wrong with you." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "So what do I do with my snoring and not breathing in the middle of the night? Like, how do I deal with that?" He's like, "Oh, it's just, it's just your normal. It's what you do." And I was like, that doesn't sound right to me. And unfortunately, I was a little younger when I went there, and I wasn't as willing to speak up about everything. But one of these, just stop it. Yeah, just stop it. It's gonna be like, what's the Mad TV skit? It's my favorite Mad TV skit of all time. I'm gonna give you 2 words, and this is gonna help you get over your fear of being buried alive in a box. It's like, well, I don't think you need to write this down. Just 2 words. Are you ready? Stop it. Best Mad TV skit. Been complaining you can hear me snore through the wall, so I have to look into preventing snoring somehow. Yeah, it's too bad. Man, who was that guy? Who was the guy in that skit? The comedian. So I don't know what to believe. Oh no. tiles the windows. Ooh. There's your pickup lines in. Just find a cute lady and go up to her and be like, hey, this is an emergency. I need to know if I snore or not. I've been told both. Dissertations aren't writing this. Oof. All right. Well, good luck, Wondering Pig. Great job on the mini so far. I am seriously looking forward to your progress. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes and hearing about your competition and everything. But yeah, man, I'll see you. Have a good one. Form a specialized sleep study at my place. Yeah, you gotta do the please. The emote. Sleep study. Ooh, woo, yeah. Zen's got the Zendrol system. Go for a walk. It's 50 out. Yeah, it's basically summer. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Exhibit desperation. Yeah, yeah, on your own part. That's incredible. Lunch is here. All right. Enjoy your lunch. I'll probably still be here. Enjoy your walk, go Sue. Maybe I'll go chill outside. It's almost 60 degrees here. I have to go get propane for the grill. Instead found something awesome. Okay, what'd you find? Machete hunts. Is that like Machete, like the movie, or is this a Monster Hunter thing? I don't know. Yeah. I don't need any propane accessories. I just need the propane. But oh, Danny Trejo plays Monster Hunter. Oh, that's cool. All right. Yeah, we grill a lot. Like, I grill a ton when it gets warm out. I think last year I went through 4 propane tanks for my grill. I have a pretty small grill also. I'm just grilling like 4 and 5 meals a week. The Blue Rhino dropped the propane tanks off at my front porch. That's probably what I need to do. I have there's a little like local hardware store near me that does swaps pretty cheap, so it's at the edge of my neighborhood, so I just jump over there. $20 and then deliver. That's nice. Yeah, there's a gas station near me I used to go, and they kept raising their prices to where it was like $26 to swap a propane tank. Like, I'm not paying $26 to swap propane. There's one place near me that refills them, but I refuse to go to that place, so... For reasons. I'd rather spend the couple extra dollars to swap out at the local hardware store. Ace Hardware that refills. Oh, yeah, yeah. There's an Ace. Not terribly far from me, but yeah, it would still be kind of out of my way. Not all Aces refill? Okay. Yeah. I've never bothered to check if this place does, so... This is the last like major color we have to do. We have a couple things like it's just eyes, which is just 2 stages, just white and then a green contrast. We have the swords on the 2 sergeants, and then we have some red iconography to do on the shoulders. That's about it. Yeah, it seems like it's pretty hard to find a refill station anymore. In Ohio, we have Sheetz is becoming like a really big thing. Like it's like the Pennsylvania gas station chain, basically. And I have a Sheetz pretty close to me, and normally Sheetz does refills, but this one doesn't. So, kind of sad about that. Now, Ogre Forge. Be nice to Sheetz. Sheetz is pretty legit. Have 2 tanks, so once the one empties. You know, that's a good idea. That's actually a really good idea, just to keep it empty on hand. Because I was actually just thinking about, like, I hate that point when it's like your tank is almost empty, but it's like I don't want to turn in the not empty tank, right, and not get my value. But then what happens when it cuts off in the middle of me cooking? Yeah, that's the way to go. Then I can just swap over whenever I'm not like on a time crunch to do it. Man, that's Ogre Can, you genius. Bucky's pushing into Arizona. Yeah, Bucky's pushing into Ohio also, and I have absolutely zero desire to go anywhere near Bucky's. But yeah, I think they opened, or they're about to open their first Ohio location. It's in Colorado. Nice, and the food is good, but people are losing. Yeah. I don't know why people freak out so much about a store like that. Gas station. it was kind of the same when Sheetz started opening up in Ohio. Now there's like 500 of them in Ohio after like 3 years. But like it's like good gas station food. I don't know, because it's what it is. It's a gas station with a little extra. You know what really sucks at Sheetz are their milkshakes are terrible. Because they put the frappuccino like ice mix in their milkshakes, and to me that's just watering down the milkshake. I feel like I'm being cheated out of milkshake. Good breakfast burritos, okay. It's the belts that are annoying to get on these. Find a roommate for Adepticon? Drop a grand in the room. Yeah, yeah. That's fair. Yeah, that is a dilemma, Ogrekin, or Ogre Forge, sorry, not Ogrekin anymore. I am not going to Adepticon. I am trying not to spend so much money. Ogrekin is fine. No, it's not. Not okay. Almost half done with the infantry here. If I haven't said it before, it's a very basic paint job. So there's nothing here that's like crazy or, eye-catching or anything. These are me wanting to paint 200 minis and have them look okay on the table. And not spend my entire year painting all these 200 minis. Why not? I have too many other things to paint. I think going through and like revisiting these when I get a bunch of them painted, or you know, even like more, like when I feel like I'm like at a good stopping point on these, just taking some time to revisit and like do like touch-ups and add some like, you know, little highlights here and there, or like some extra colors here or there. I think that would be a fun idea. But this will put me over 150 infantry painted, or about 150. This is only the second batch I've painted. The first batch had over 100 miniatures. This one is a much more manageable 30 plus the 5 weapon teams. Going to, I'd offer, but I'm afraid I'm not. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right, T-Slayer, have a good one. Good to see you. Company I'm working the booth for is giving me monetary compensation. Yeah, compensation. Okay, yeah. So they're helping you pay for it. That's good. Seems like that's the way to go to conventions, is to work a booth for somebody. What company are you working for while you're there? Loot Studios. Okay, cool. I think you told me that. New Malediction game they launched on GameFound this year. Oh, that's cool. Do you have like early access to the rules and everything? Like get yourself familiar with it? Rules are free online. Okay. Been playtesting since last Adepticon. Nice. Alright, so you're definitely familiar. You guys love the monotonous painting. It's the same thing on 40 minis at a time. I have to look at my notes how long this color took on the 100 minis that I did. Me in the booth so I can teach people who just want a quick rundown. So be an aerial, people can play the full game. Oh, nice. Okay. Everybody going to Adepticon and he plays. Well, I think he works a. It's like an RPG booth that he helps run. They pay him to run, which is cool. And then he plays in some tournaments while he's there, which is pretty great. What? They changed their sauces? I never liked Buffalo Wild Wings anyway, so I didn't think they had good sauces to begin with. That's too bad. Adepticon doesn't have an RPG. Okay. Yeah, there was like it was like an event that he would run, or like an activity thing It's a really specific thing that goes around at different conventions. Because he basically found him at Origins one year. And he ran through it a bunch, and he's like, this is amazing, but these people that are running it don't know what they're doing. And so he talked with the people that ran it, and they basically gave him a job running it. Their honey barbecue's completely different now. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, so he went to a couple conventions over the past few years. Morgan rum sauce, it was amazing. Yeah. In Ohio, we have a wing place called Roosters. I don't know if it's anywhere outside of Ohio, but it's way better than Buffalo Wild Wings. Almost to the home stretch on this color. Back to my friend's Eldar. You painting commissions? Good luck with that. I've never painted an Eldar commission. I've painted Dark Eldar commissions, but never Eldar. Oh, nice, alright. Hey Zen, if you're there, I have a question for you. Did you borrow my is it the speed paint? The army painter speed paint, the broadsword silver? I can't remember if that's a color you borrowed from me or not. Oh, the fine cast banshees. Oh, okay. Oh, I think I remember you showing these ones. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Well, they look good. Too bad they're fine cast, but they look good. Set of mummified undead. Oh, cool. Is that their like their skirmish level game? I know they have like a rank and file one, right? Did they ever release rules for like epic sci-fi? I had heard that they were working on rules for epic sci-fi, but never saw if they actually got to releasing them or not. I haven't followed one-page rules in a while though, so. Work for playing at other scales or nothing specific. Okay. I remember they talked about releasing or they were working on like actual epic scale rules. Sometime last year I'd read that, or the year before maybe. I think it was the year before last. Age of Fantasy is their Age of Sigmar game. Okay. Seven more of these. And holding out hope here that the rest of the colors... I should get the rest of them done in under an hour. Should be no problem. Got 2 more minis. Minis tonight so I can paint. Yeah, there you go. All right. Hey, did you get my question earlier? Do you have my broadsword silver, the army painter paint? I can't remember if I let you borrow that or not. The army painter speed paint. I can't find it, and I thought I remember having a conversation with someone about it recently. Like the only person in real life I talk about with paint on a consistent basis is you, so. No, Ogre King, you didn't borrow. You sure you didn't borrow it? 100%. I did borrow it for the high elves, but you gave it back. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna dig through some stuff and find it then. Maybe I just put it on the shelf weird or in a different spot. I don't know. Where you paint? Yeah, I mean, there's no like paints out, so I'll just have to go through that rack again. I figured it'd be organized because I went through and completely redid this whole room, so. My brush and get these last 4. Yeah, I just have to pull some bottles out. Check. It was so boring. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, you're comparing it to that the French bistro now, and nothing compares. Yeah. Sinead O'Connor. Wait, what? Sacre Blue. That's right. Almost there. I'll tell you guys how much I hate painting belts. I really don't like painting belts. Search process is different than 4 years ago? Yeah, I wonder why. Huh. But yes. Yes, I imagine it's terrible. Last one with this color. All right, we finished that color. Real quick. I have something hiding in here. Oh, I do have the color. Okay. Well, that was quick. I found the broadsword silver. A couple other colors here to shake up. It was in the paint rack with all the other speed paints. I went through there looking for stuff, and I think my brain like just assumed the like darker color. Hey, I didn't blame you for anything. I thought I was respectful in asking why you stole my paint from me. So you're having sticky fingers, yeah. Hey man, what was that paint last week you held on to? was like, man, it'd be really nice if I had this color. What was my white gold? Yeah, the other week. You're like, no, I'm keeping it. I remember that. Trying to think. You didn't even use it? Yeah, see? Yeah, you just took my paint and just held on to it so I couldn't use it. I was like, man, I really want to paint these minis before this, like, super important event. Yeah, he held my paints hostage. Alright, that's all I need the silver for. That was it. Okay. Let's get these eyes. Get some bold titanium white in here. This color now, so you got time to dry. 3 hours of brown, 3 seconds of silver. That's exactly what it is. All these other colors are going to go really quick. I told you guys, this is the last major color we had. Have 3 more after this. We have gold on those 2 sword hilts. The green on the eyes after this white dries. And the red on the shoulder pads. Just 2 little red stripes on the shoulder pads. I'll do her chair yoga. Alright, you have fun, man. Have fun doing chair yoga, Ogrekin. Have a good one. I'll see you soon, hopefully. Hopefully you get some good news soon, too. Sure you do. Alright. I'm not judging here. Doing chair yoga, I think that's cool. I do floor yoga, okay. Every time I lift up this mini, I realize that the bottle doesn't have any sand in it. It's the one bottle out of all these bottles I have that I haven't put sand in. For some reason or another. It skipped over. Well, guys, if you want to come chill tomorrow evening, I will be streaming tomorrow morning, but tomorrow evening will be our Patreon hangout. We hang out in a voice chat on in Discord for a couple hours. Yeah, there you go. All right, just for Patreon members, any paid Patreon members, so as little as $1, you come in and come chill with us. Normally painting or hanging out or something, just talking about random stuff. No general topic. I do want to talk to Patreon members about this 12-hour stream. I want to pick your guys' brain about it. So if you do come, be ready to bring some ideas, I guess. Other eye. The 30 infantry. I just have the weapon teams. I think I might just have enough room for these minis on the display shelf. We can do this cool binoculars green. Yeah, that'd be cool. Last ones for the white. Guess I gotta paint base rims too. Okay, you got that? Yeah, base rims are gonna be black. Okay, next we got a little bit of hoplite gold. Get these sergeants. Maybe I'll do the do a red stripe before I get the green, just to get some time to dry. Get you and you. All right, got some gold. Red stripe. It's a beer? I don't get it. Oh, is that a beer brand? Is that so? Just one drop, I think, of red oxide should be enough. What's the tagline? Oh, weird. Yeah. It's very millennial of them. All right. Red. Cool. That's rough. Really risky. I can paint both lines at the same time. I think I'm gonna finish painting one of these, or like all these minis. I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna realize like a whole guy's just like missing an arm or something, and I just wasn't paying attention. Hey, Spilled Paint Pot, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Making a couple mistakes on those, that's okay. Man, nice, nice. Yeah, we're on for a little bit longer, trying to finish these militia minis here. We were playing Harry Potter Uno as a family, and it's just normal Uno, except there's one different card, and the card is the Sorting Hat. And when someone plays the Sorting Hat on you, you have to draw a card until you draw someone from House Gryffindor. And so in my mind, when they explain that rule, I'm like, oh, okay, you draw until you get like a red card or a blue card or something, you know, like it's because they have them, the different houses, the different characters. No, it's not at all that. They just have random characters as random colors, and you just have to know who is House Gryffindor and who isn't. I was like, I don't like this rule very much. Fortunately, no one played that card on me when we were playing, because I probably would have just drawn the first card and been like, I think that person's in Gryffindor, and just sat with it. Bobby ADHD, what's up? Oh, you changed your name tag? All right. That's a great name too. Well, welcome in today. Glad you're here. Thought I missed the stream. Yeah. Still on. Trying to finish these minis today, so I have 2 more colors after this little red stripe on everybody's shoulder. I put some green on their eyes, and I'm gonna paint the base rims. And that's it. Day by day, yeah. You hear that? That's all right. Filled in that gap a little bit. It's okay. These are for Heresy. That's right. Maybe eventually, you know, I'll have a collection and I want to try them out for 40k and have a cool 40k guard army. But the intended purpose is Horus Heresy. I want to be able to field a militia army on its own eventually. So I have the stuff. I'm kind of getting there. Got some more stuff in the assembly stage, and then I'm going to be printing a whole bunch of tanks soon. So we'll have the armored element. Yeah, thank you. Get a casual, 5,000 points of militia. Should come back to my Solar Auxiliary. Yes, you should. Solar Aux are super cool. I have a very small Solar Auxiliary army. I love the Solar Aux plastics. I did realize though, the old resin, just like Las Rifle minis, had way cooler poses. The new ones are very static. Like you have a dude walking forward and then 4 other dudes walking forward, and those are your like poses for the infantry. And the resin ones had like kneeling minis, like running, static. You know, they had like lots of different poses that the new ones just don't have. But I still really like the minis. Yeah, casual 5K. You know, pretty easy when you got a printer, and the minis take 10 minutes to paint. One of these days, I'm going to play an Apocalypse, like a big Apocalypse game. It's going to be like 20,000 points. And I'm going to have nothing but my 1,000 Suns and all of their friends. And it's going to be like the Battle of Prospero, basically. Bonus points if I can find a Space Wolf player to play it out. Has some equivalent things. The worst looking one was the last one. Alright. Great. Yeah, the dry brush, it's really simple, but it does a lot. Yeah, when you look at these minis from where they start to the stage they're at now, it's like night and day from just that dry brush. Alright, we're gonna get some, what is this? Striking Scorpion Green. Yes, yeah, you're supposed to hate the Space Wolf. That's right. Yep. The Ignite. You hate the Space Wolf and you cheer for the 1,000 Suns. Got our eyedropper here. I hate the 1,000 Suns. I mean, if you already hate the 1,000 Suns, you might as well hate the Space Wolves. They're not mutually exclusive, you know. I don't need you to love the 1,000 Suns. I just need you to hate the Space Wolves. That's all that matters. Would it be a salute to the Ultramarines? What is that? Would what be a salute to the Ultramarines? Hating both? Yeah, a couple weeks ago I watched The Northman, which is a really good movie, but I was watching this movie, I was like, man, look how cool Space Wolves could be. You're booing the Wolves and cheering for the 1,000 Suns? What would that make you do for the Blue Crew? I don't know. I imagine pre-Heresy, the Ultramarines got along a lot better with the 1,000 Suns than with the Space Wolves. Proper burn campaign a while ago with my Solar Ox. They're pretty cool to be on the side of Magnus. Nice. Solar Ox aren't too bad into Custodes, because the only way to beat Custodes is just make them take 1 billion armor saves. So Militia and Solar Ox do that better than most. Just hope they roll ones. It's pretty much it. Stands are epic, yeah. Yes, I would love to do that. Let's get a huge game going. There's a guy in our local group that he said he has, I don't know, 10 to 12,000 points of Blood Angels. But he's just straight up Blood Angels. Nothing but Blood Angels. Like so many jetpacks. Everything has jump packs in his army, pretty much. I don't even know if he owns a tactical squad. And there's someone else with a crazy word bearers army that's similar size. But I broke mine up a bit because this is a way for me to have different armies but stay in theme. Think Thousand Suns will ever get more units outside character when they get their codex? Yeah, they're getting robots. They're getting like Castellax robots, like psychically controlled robots. Yeah. And 40k. Yeah. I don't even know if they'll get a character beyond that, which would be cool if they did, but yeah, they're supposed to be getting the robots. Which I'm down with, especially if I can turn them into 30k robots. I don't know how wacky they're going to be. But I'm kind of looking forward to it. It'll be fun to have something a little different. Finishing Eldar and Corsair Dark Elves. Yeah, nice. That's right, you got your Eldar you're working on. Two sergeants. Oh, you're an Iron Hands player? Ugh. To be fair, I have met one Iron Hands player, and the guy was probably the biggest jerk I have ever met in my gaming experience, so. Maybe my opinions are skewed about Iron Hands, but. Alright, let's paint some base rims. Shattered Legion. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, Shattered Legion's cool. Would have expected that from Iron Warriors. No, all the Iron Warriors players I know are super chill. Something about Iron Hands. I don't know what it is. And I saw that guy again at another Heresy thing. He wasn't playing the event with us, but he was there. And he just casually starts arguing rules with everybody. Just like hanging out, you know, and he just like starts arguing about rules. He's like clearly wrong on. He's just like going crazy about it. So right. It's like out of nowhere too. You know, like he like interjects himself into like someone else's conversation and then just like starts loudly arguing about what the rules are. Yeah. Not the kind of person you guys should be. It's like a chill dude. Oh my gosh. It was funny too because we were chatting about it afterwards, like later on in the evening. Just about him, and he's been like a regular at this store for a long time, and so like he's really well known. And I was just like, we're just all sitting and talking afterwards. I'm like, so about this guy, and everybody's like, yeah, like that's the reaction everybody has to that guy. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Glad I'm not alone here. It felt good. We played a game once and I killed his Ferris Manus with a Solar Ox Lehman Russ. Just blasted him. Very therapeutic. Right. Yeah, I don't yeah. I've done that. What I do when someone starts arguing rules is I just go look up the rule and then read it to them, you know, and which is what people were doing to him with this rule, and he was arguing that that's not how the English language works. And yeah, 4-up armor save only goes so far against brutal 2 attacks. Or 4-up invuln save, sorry. I have yet to lose my Magnus in a battle, but mainly because I took him in one battle and we never got past turn 2 as the store closed. We didn't know they were closing so early. On the rules of the game and the English language, yeah, it's funny. Well, we were playing one time and it was a thing about reserves, and he was talking about how it's like, well, we were playing a Heresy game and he had a bunch of jets and a bunch of stuff came in from the my team, the opponent. You know, I was playing his opponent. It was a big game, so there's multiple people. And he's like, well, since, you know, you're coming in and reserves come in, oh no, his were coming in reserve. He's like, reserves come in last, so I know where your jets are going to move, so I'm going to move mine right behind him. And I was like, that's 40k when jets come in or reserves come in at the end of the movement phase. And so I looked it up and I was like, hey, like, this is the rule for Heresy. Like, you know, I'm sure you probably got mixed up with 40k. Like, I do that all the time, you know. And he was like super mad. He's like, well, I wouldn't know where this was going anyway, so I'm gonna keep this here, but he'll move this one. And yeah, then he was like super mad at me the rest of the time. So again, it felt extra good when I killed Ferris. He deserved to die. He had to die for the cause in that game. Unsolicited commentators. Yeah. That's a problem. Shinona, are you playing in this game? Right. Which is totally fair. Like, that's the way to do it. Yeah, and I try my best not to do that too. Like, sometimes you see people playing wrong, and it's like, you know, maybe I should say something, but you have to tell yourself, like, it's not your game. Let them play, you know, like, it's... Yeah, people play mistakes, and, you know, later that day, someone's going to be looking through the rule book, and they realize they played something wrong, and Maybe they'll speak up about it afterwards, but something they won't play wrong next time, right? It's like being in school and you get a question wrong on a test, but you never forget it after that. Like, why couldn't this happen before the test? Well, it's just going well. Just doing the base rims. Got a lot of extra sandy crap on his base. Said these are like a speed army. I'm not spending a bunch of time on their base or doing anything extra and crazy. 2 years, anytime I play, I expect I'll make mistakes, so people call it anything. Yeah. And that's definitely something to communicate, right? Like, tell your opponents that. Like, I've been playing for a couple years, but, I'm still, always figuring things out. And I always tell people, like, call me out if I'm doing something wrong or you see something. I would rather have the awkward moment of, someone telling me I'm cheating and we take it back and we, and we correct it, than, like, me just blatantly, like, messing up somebody. Not blatantly, but maybe inadvertently, making someone upset, and then they're not having a good time because they think that I'm cheating, right? Like, yeah. I also try to be really chill with people, though. Like, if someone's doing something minor wrong, like, I don't care. Like they threw some extra dice in their dice pool, or if it's not like anything crazy. If it's like a las cannon they're firing 5 dice for, like, that's a problem. But they're picking up 30 bolter dice and I count 31 dice in the tray or something. That's no big deal. A new store, new community to play 40k 10th. The third time, sat right to the group. Want a chill game, chill person, enjoy the game. Yeah. It's a way to enjoy it anymore. Oh, I regret the decision. Well, and you play with someone and you make it clear when you meet for a game, like, hey, I'm looking for a chill game. And I wouldn't necessarily expect people to not bring, like, competitive list, especially when I'm playing 40k against people, like, against strangers. I feel like 40k is at such a point where it's so, like, keyed into competitive play that you kind of need to play and, like, I don't know, expect people to bring really good stuff. I think it also depends on how you schedule your games too. If this is like you show up at the store and you just see who's not playing and you get a game with them, like, yeah, you're going to be playing competitive against competitive lists. If you're scheduling games on social media ahead of time, to, like, meet up and play, that's when you're able to really communicate and you share your lists ahead of time and, you tell your person, like, kind of what you're expecting out of the game and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, all of our games for 30k are scheduled ahead of time, and to me, that's the way to go. We're trying to get a Heresy night at our store, like a once a month Heresy night, and that might change things. But I think it might end up, for at least a long time, being just you know, you schedule a game with someone ahead of time, just plan to meet that day. Instead of showing up and, you know, hoping to play someone. Yeah, narrative games are great though. I wouldn't mind playing a cool, like a 40k Apocalypse game. We had some people in our local group talking about doing older editions of 40k as well. Starting a league for some older editions. Which sounds great to me. Yeah, older edition. Yep. Good stuff. Yes, used to do big Heresy APOC game after Thanksgiving. With like 60-80k points of stuff. That's really cool. That's too bad they don't do it anymore. Yeah, we do something at our store. Though they've done it the past couple years, they call it Thanksgiving. It's basically like, let's do a big armored battle. So they do a 40k and a 30. They did a 30k one last year. And it was essentially like, bring vehicles. That's when the one dude brought a Primarch, but... I brought a Tech Marine, so it's not like I can claim any moral high ground on that. But I also thought we still had to make like a... Because it was like, yeah, 4,000 points of vehicles or something, and I was struggling to make 4,000 points in vehicles, but I was also thinking, like, should I make a proper force organization? I need an HQ and stuff. Almost done with these base rims. Almost done with stream too. We're gonna finish these base rims in the next couple minutes. I have something I want to do real quick. I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be back. So I watched, we were talking about the stamps. I don't remember who it was talking about the stamps. Was it John Lockridge or something? Talking about the like paint stamps that the eBay Miniature Rescue and Goobertown Hobbies is making. I had seen the eBay Miniature Rescues video. I watched the Goobertown one this morning, and he does a lot better job showing what the actual stamp is. So he shows the product more. Yeah, I'm also interested in them. They have a ton of different like stencil setups, and yeah, we were talking about it. They're the you guys ever seen those YouTube videos of like how they make porcelain or whatever, like China, like fine china, and they stamp it. It's like the round fleshy shaped hanging stamp things that they put in the ink, and yeah, those things. They're very suggestively shaped stamps. It's one of those. medium. Yeah, if it's a medium for the paint or if it's a specific paint. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you know, just getting a white paint for that, for transfers, like that does like 90% of your transfer work is white, if that's what you're using it for. Yeah, I'm really curious as well. Almost there. Free to make whatever color. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Yeah, if there's just a medium you can put in your paint and it makes it work with that, that'd be insane. I also feel like they did talk about using isopropyl to wipe down the stencil between every use. I wonder that it probably is a certain kind of paint, but I wonder if you could just thin paint and use thinned paint for it. Like that, at the end of the day, you're putting paint on a rubber stamp and then putting it on the mini. Like, I'm sure people will experiment with that. And we'll be able to see their results. Utini, what's up? Alright guys, we have finished the militia. Boom. Done. Oh, I can't remember what they said. I think they may have said acetone, actually. Yeah, the Goobertown one is a little more descriptive in my opinion. So, all right, I'm gonna be back in like hopefully like 2 minutes. All right, so give me just a minute. I'll be back, and I want to show you guys something. All right, I'm back. So never mind. I was supposed to be getting a package delivered today, and it's out for delivery, but it wasn't delivered yet. He said between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., and it is 1:53 p.m., and they already delivered my mail. But I have no package, so I'm sad. Well, we finished the militia. I need to just varnish these, and they'll be good to go. That's it. They're just really simple minis. I got some weapon teams. I might put some grass tufts on these guys, on the bigger bases. But otherwise, just another squad and a half of militia infantry. E6, A55. Yeah. I understand that. Utini. Yeah, not bad. Quick prints. And, yeah, just easy minis to print. So that's all I got today, guys. That's what we're doing. Let's find someone to raid today. purchasers. So the plate, just sell the plate for the designs. Yeah. It'd be interesting to hear about it. But I am definitely interested in what they got. So. All right. Let's see. What's up, Demon's Lair? Welcome back. All right, guys, we're gonna raid a bigger streamer. We're gonna raid Zambies. You have ghetto solutions. All right, good luck. All right, guys, you have a wonderful day. I will be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern to about 2 p.m. We're gonna be painting a couple other Heresy things and doing some different stuff. But yeah, have a wonderful day, everybody. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. If you want to jump into Patreon, as little as $1, you can get into our hangout tomorrow evening as well. So yeah. All right, guys. Bye, everybody. Yeah, see you, Raja. Bye, Demon's Lair. Bye, everybody.